type of shift is just so amazing to me, and I credit it. Don't get me wrong, going to see and talk to a counselor is also important. But one thing I will say, when I went in for the first time, I just like laid all of my issues out and was like, here's everything that's fucked up with me. Sorry. I don't know if it's language.
It's fine.
Everything is just a mess. Here's all these problems. Well, like 6 months in, when I'm like getting everything straightened out and I'm ready to stop seeing her so often, I was going like every 2 weeks. She had said, I've never seen someone that knew everything they needed to work on, but just needed help working on it. And I was like, literally, it was the nut. All of the mushroom trips were just, it puts it right in your face. It's,
yeah.
Here's where you need to put in some effort, and here are things that you need to work on. And sometimes I wasn't in a good enough space to know what to do. So that's why I would bring those things to her. And then she would she said she's been seeing some patients 15 years that won't admit X problem that they came in day one on, and they're still seeing her, not understanding why they still have all these issues. And she wasn't saying, she obviously gets paid to go see them, so she's not like that's a bad thing, but she said she's never seen somebody that's just like, I'm a broken mess. Here's every broken piece of me. How do I put this back together? And I've always taken that as like a pat myself on the back moment.
Definitely.
Like, as really did work your stuff out.
As you should. And I think it's interesting that you said that, because what you just said, people going to therapy, having an issue, and 15 years later, still not attacking that issue. That was me for 10 years. I was 18, maybe 17 when I went to see my first therapist, and didn't, a few months with that one didn't work out, a year with another one. So I searched around for different therapists, but 10 years, nothing changed. I had a ayahuasca experience, and since then I've had a therapist that I've gotten so much more done with, in a little over a year. So much more than I had in the past 10 years.
That's awesome.
And like you said, I like how you said with the mushrooms, how they lay everything out in front of you. I really haven't done a lot of mushrooms in high school. I did a little bit, but I did do a high dose earlier this year, and it was literally like, that's exactly the best way to say it, because all these repressed memories and feelings and emotions and just all this stuff that's like been repressed in my psyche, 100% was just shown to me, like almost like it was like a movie reel just being shown to me. And it's scary, man, because it's a high dose. Like you said, there's a body load to mushrooms, so you're not in your like normal, like sober environment. But luckily, if you do it in a safe place, like I did it in my bedroom with the lights off and no sound. Trying to go that route because I've been told that's the way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I applaud you for. That's amazing. Like that you've seen these things through, like you said, through the psychedelics, and that they're issues, they're there. Like that enough is hard work. But then capitalizing on that and actually making changes and telling people about that is really, to me, is even harder work, because that's when you really have to put in like all that effort to make the changes.
Totally. And there will always be things